What's up? I'm going over my customized Switch Pro controller. It has RGB, customizable thumbsticks, and a color changing shell. So let's get into it. So this all started when my friend's dog got a hold of his Pro controller and tore it up pretty good. So we found these metal custom sticks like the Xbox Elite controller and a new shell for it. Then it got me looking for shells and buttons for my own controller, and I found some RGB ones and they went on sale for Amazon Prime Day. Here's how his controller turned out. For my controller, I didn't have much of a reason to customize it besides I wanted it to look cool, and it now matches my Switch and my Joy-Cons. I'll have the links of the kits I used down in the description. It was pretty easy and mine only took about an hour. The shells and sticks were very straightforward to replace. You just have to take the controller halfway apart and replace the pieces. But the RGB buttons were a little more work because you have to replace the boards and all of the buttons. It was still fairly easy as it came with decent instructions, and the end product was definitely worth it for me. So if you are decent with taking things apart and putting them back together, you shouldn't have much of a problem with these kits with a little patience. The hardest part was probably reconnecting the ribbon cable that connects the two boards together. So a good idea is to leave the one side connected to the board with the thumbsticks, because you don't have to replace that board, and that should make it easier in the long run. Besides for that, everything else was pretty straightforward. So here's the finished controller with the RGB buttons, magnetic swappable sticks, and the color changing shell. The only thing that doesn't work as well as I thought is the stick lights with the metal sticks. I thought they would shine around the edge a bit more, but they only do when the stick is moved. The lights stay on even when the controller is turned off, so you have to manually turn them off, which kinda sucks, but it's not that big of a deal. In order to turn them off, you have to hold down the L button, plus right on the D-pad and Y, and you have to hold them down for around 20 seconds. The manual it came with says it only has to be around 5 to 10 seconds, but that didn't work for me and I had to do around 20. You can change the colors of each area, being the left stick, the right stick, the D-pad, the face buttons, L and R, and Z and R. In order to change them, you have to hold down the L and Y button for around 20 seconds. Then the left stick light will start to blink. You hit right on the D-pad to cycle through the colors of that area, and press L and Y together for 1 second, and it'll make the next area blink, and you can change that area. And then to get out of the color changing settings, you just hold L and Y down for another 20 seconds and that area will stop blinking again. Sticks come with 3 sets: the standard ones, medium with domes on the top, and then the long ones. The only ones I don't like very much are the domed ones because they're so slippery. Besides that, the sticks operate very well. The buttons still feel about the same as they did before I changed the board. I didn't drop any more combos in Dragon Ball Fighters more than I normally do. It felt just as good as it did before. The sticks feel good. The extended stick for shooters maybe helped me be slightly more accurate than before, but I don't play shooters that much on controller because I play them primarily on PC with mouse and keyboard, but it feels good. So that's my custom Switch controller. Turned out just as good as I'd hoped, and it wasn't too hard to do. Let me know what you thought, and do you plan to customize your controller? If you enjoyed, don't forget to toss a like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.